Confessions 15. This is the case I put to them. Within me I hear the loud voice of truth telling me that since the Creator is truly eternal, his substance is utterly unchanged in time, and his will is not something separate from his substance. This they will surely not deny. It follows that he does not will first one thing and then another, but that he wills all that he wills simultaneously in one act and eternally. He does not repeat his act of will over and over again, or will different things at different times, and he neither starts to will what he did not will previously, nor ceases to will what he willed before. A will which acts in this way is mutable, and nothing that is mutable is eternal, but our God is eternal. Again, I am told by that inner voice that expectation of things to come changes to direct perception when they are present, and direct perception changes to memory when they are gone. My opponents will not deny this. Yet any intellectual activity which varies in this way is mutable, and nothing that is mutable is eternal, but our God is eternal. By linking these two truths and consolidating them, I find first that my God, the eternal God, did not create the world by any new act of his will, and second, that his knowledge does not admit of anything that is transitory. What do my opponents reply to this? Will they deny that it is true? We do not, they say. Will they then deny that every nature that has form and all matter which is susceptible of form can only derive its being from him who is the sovereign good, because he is the sovereign being? We do not deny this either, they say. Then do they deny that there is a sublime creature which is bound to the true God, the truly eternal God, by so pure a love, that though it is not co-eternal with him, it never parts from him and never falls away to become subject to the fluctuation and succession of time, but remains serene in the sure contemplation of God alone. It does this, O God, because it loves you as much as you command, and therefore you reveal yourself to it. Such a creature has need of nothing else, and therefore neither deviates from you nor turns towards itself. This creature is God's dwelling. It is not a material house of earth or even of some heavenly matter. It is spiritual, partaking in your eternity, because it is forever without blemish. You have set it there, unaging forever, given it a law which cannot be altered. Yet it is not co-eternal with you, because it is not without a beginning. It was made. This is not to say that time was created before it, because wisdom is first of all created things. Wisdom here does not mean the wisdom who is co-eternal and equal with you who are our God, with you who are his Father, the wisdom through whom all was created, the beginning in whom you made heaven and earth. It means created wisdom, that intellectual nature which is light because it contemplates the light. This too we call wisdom, although it is created wisdom. But there is as great a difference between the wisdom which creates and wisdom which is created as between the light which enlightens and light which receives its brilliance by reflection, or between the justice which brings justification and justice which results from it. Even if we have been called your justice, for your servant Paul says that Christ came into the world that in him we might be turned into the holiness of God, that is, into your justice. There was then a created wisdom which was created before all else. It was the rational, intellectual mind of God's pure city, our mother, the heavenly Jerusalem, a city of freedom which lasts eternally in heaven. Can this be any other than the heaven of heavens which belongs to the Lord, the heaven which resounds with your praises? We find no time before it, because it precedes even the creation of time, having been created before all else. But before it is the eternity of its creator, by whom it was made and from whom it derived, not the beginning of its time, since as yet there was no time, but the beginning of its being. So though it derives from you, our God, it is something quite other than yourself. It is not God who is in himself. And we find that not only is there no time before it, but no time in it, because it is fitted to behold your face continually, and is never turned away from it. This means that it undergoes no change. Yet mutability is inherent in it, and it would grow dark and cold unless by clinging to you with all the strength of its love, it drew warmth and light from you, like a noon that never wanes. O house of light and beauty, how well I love the house where the Lord dwells, the shrine of his glory. It was he who made you, and it is he who possesses you. In my pilgrimage, let me sigh for you, and I pray to him who made you that he should possess me too in you, for I also was made by him. I have been wayward, like a lost sheep, but I hope to be carried back to you on the shoulders of my shepherd, who built you for himself. What do my opponents say to this? Although they disagree with me, they believe that Moses was a devout servant of God and that the Holy Spirit speaks in his books. Do they agree that this house of God, though not co-eternal with him, nevertheless in its own way lost eternally in heaven, where we search in vain for changes of time? We shall not find them there, because the house of God, which knows no other content but clinging to him forever, rises above every extension and every fugitive span of time. We agree to this, they say. Then of all that my heart cried out to my God, when inwardly it listened to the sound of his praises, what do they claim is false? Do they say that I was wrong to say that there was formless matter in which there was no order, because there was no form? But where there was no order, there could be no successive movement of time. Yet this next to nothing, insofar as it was not utterly nil, must have had its being from him from whom everything that in any degree is derived its being. This also we do not deny, they say.